It's time for our check-in presented by
Throw
Allstate.
your hands up.
Whew.
Let's check in on the relationship between Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown.
Oh,
This was much talked about, much discussed, that their problems extended beyond the field. Last week, Brandon Graham brought that up. They went out there and got an early touchdown. Jalen Hurts, it was clearly a priority to have him throw the ball this week and sort of dominate through the air. They beat a Steelers team that people were starting to wonder if they were in the upper echelon of the AFC. And so I ask you guys, did the Eagles and the resurgent A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts connection, despite the almost ankle sprain from A.J. Brown late in the game, quell your concerns about their offense?
I mean, it was nice to see. They did a little Fresh Prince dance after their first touchdown. I think Devontae Smith also wasn't happy with the offense, and he got over 100. So it was kind of like surprising that they would attack this defense in a way that felt like they were trying to prove a point and they were trying to mend some feelings against a very good defense. Like, that's encouraging for how good the Eagles are, but it hasn't like eliminated any concerns that I have about Jalen Hurts in a must-throw situation because they were never in that situation. The Steelers' offense did nothing all game. At no point did I feel like we were asking Jalen Hurts to attack a team that needed him to throw, or we asking him to do sophisticated passing concepts. So, no, I think he came back from one 1st and 20. So it's like impressive to pass your way out of that. But they still didn't see the high-level challenge that you want to see Jalen Hurts excel in.
Yeah, and what's to say this is not what the Steelers wanted them to do? I mean, obviously, the Steelers wanted to win the game, but they held the running game and Saquon Barkley to 3.1 yards per carry. And to me, that's a very defensible way to try and stop this Eagles team, is to say, okay, you know, maybe in years past it would have been, let's try to stop Jalen Hurts in the passing attack and we'll try to shut down the run game. Right now, it feels like the thing to do is shut down Saquon Barkley, load up the box, slow down the run game, and then take our chances that Jalen Hurts is going to throw us the football a couple times. And he did not throw an interception, but he did lose a fumble as a scrambler in this game. So, I mean, it's a step in the right direction. I think saying, okay, we're not completely broken and the passing attack is fine, and, you know, beating a good Steelers defense for 27 points is a positive, obviously, but this is one game. You know, we've seen them have great games before, especially after A.J. Brown complains about stuff, but can they sustain that for 2, 3, 4 games into the postseason? That's the part that I'm still skeptical of.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did. If you're going into a game against the Eagles, the Steelers got the type of game that they would want. Jalen Hurts trying to win through the air and having success doing so, I think is surprising. But, I mean, we'll never find out unless there's a team that can also execute against that defense, which is, I don't know, we talk a bunch about like individual units, but when your team is built the way that their team is, and they do complement each other well, and their offense and defense being a really good rushing offense and incredibly versatile defense, it does seem hard to imagine a scenario where the game gets too far away from them that you're going to get put in a spot where Jalen Hurts has to just eat from the pocket. And they're capable. The thing is, they're probably capable of running the ball against most teams. I'm having a hard time thinking of someone in the AFC that is going to be both good enough offensively and good enough on defense to stop the run, to put them in the NFC, to put them in a situation where they're going to have Jalen Hurts in the pocket down a couple scores and they have to come back.
Lions, maybe?
Yeah, well, let's peck. Let's do some.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is the Lions' defense. I have little concern about them being able to move the ball on the Lions' defense.